New York City boasts some of the nation's strictest gun laws and has fewer than 10 licensed gun stores. But the NYPD recovers thousands of guns from crime scenes each year. Where do the guns come from? A majority are funneled from other states along a route called the Iron Pipeline. Many southern states have lax gun laws and lots of gun stores. Traffickers take advantage of this. They buy guns in places like Atlanta and Charleston, then drive them up I-95 and sell them in New York. This pattern has gone largely uninterrupted for decades. Here's how. It starts with a trafficker. Somebody looking to turn a profit walks into a gun store. Maybe they buy the gun, maybe they have somebody else buy it for them. In some states without universal background check requirements, they might buy the gun in a private sale to eliminate their paper trail. However they get it, they transport the gun up north to sell it illegally at a markup price in New York. Over the decades, this has happened thousands of times, and the vast majority of guns come from just a small handful of dealers. Past analyses of Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives data have shown that roughly 90% of guns recovered from crimes were sold by less than 5% of dealers. So what happens if a gun dealer consistently sells guns to criminals? Well, in many cases, nothing. The ATF, which is responsible for policing those dealers, frequently lets them off the hook. There is another regulatory avenue though, and that's through the companies that sell to irresponsible gun dealers, gun manufacturers, and wholesalers. In the late 1990s, dozens of cities tried to force gun manufacturers to cut off dealers whose firearms frequently ended up at crime scenes. One effort, orchestrated by the Clinton administration, was briefly successful.
Under the agreement, Smith & Wesson will include locking devices and other safety features, and will develop smart guns that can be fired only by the adults who own them. The company will cut off dealers who sell disproportionate numbers of guns that turn up in crimes, and will require all its dealers not to sell at gun shows unless every seller at the shows conduct background checks.
But Smith & Wesson backed out. Shortly after that, Congress passed a bill backed by the NRA to protect the gun industry from these kind of suits. To date, there are no federal regulatory requirements for manufacturers to police their distribution chains, so the Iron Pipeline keeps flowing, fueling gun violence on the New York City streets.